damaged person, and those are the most dangerous because they can't see other people as real. Hey, Samore Love Books, you have now tuned in to my Catfish recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also, be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos. Give it that good old thumbs up. And don't forget to check out my other channel, which is Samore Love TV. That's where I have my love and hip-hop recap, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff, fashion and beauty related. I can't talk today, so this is probably going to be a mumble-jumble type of thing, y'all. Okay, so we have Ayissha. She's from California. And she met a girl named Sydney on the World Wide Web. And they kind of connected, but Sydney used to live in Cali, but she moved out to Texas. So Ayissha said that she really trusted Sydney, and she never really asked her for like video chats or anything like that. Plus she wasn't really feeling those types of things. I mean, I know how it is, because even though I like doing this, like, I don't really like Skyping people. It just feels so like personal, you know, because I don't even like being on the phone, to be honest with y'all. It gotta be a certain select few people that I like to be on the phone with. So it's like, even doing Skype, that's like pushing it to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. You gotta be really focused on them. You can't try to paint your toenails, because you gotta try to give that good eye contact like you was really in the room with that person. You know, it's just like a whole nother level. It's almost like you're really with that person. You know what I mean? You can't be doing crazy stuff, picking your nose, or just eating food, or doing something weird because somebody's really watching you. So that's what she was saying, that she don't really like doing it. Ayissha and Sydney, they started fighting because Ayissha had went to a party. She ended up, well, first they started fighting. They had complaints because they never really met up. And then Ayissha, she ended up kissing some other chick. And she said that she kind of felt like Sydney was watching her, because Sydney was like, oh, I know that you're out doing something you're not supposed to be doing, which is kind of creepy, you know what I mean? It's like, whoa. And I knew somebody like that too, that used to be doing stuff like that. It's super creepy, you know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. So yeah, Sydney messaged her and said that, and she kind of felt weird after that, like she might have a stalker on her hands. So now Ayissha started to stop trusting her, and it's like every time she tries to get away, a little while later, Sydney comes and kind of pulls her in. And another thing that she said, which kind of made her not trust her anymore, is that she just randomly was just like, oh, you know what, my name isn't Sydney, my name is Whitney. And then she showed her like this other picture of her being Whitney Shanice. So it was just starting to get confusing, and she just was losing trust more and more. But it's something about this Sydney Whitney person that just kind of kept on pulling her back in. So she met up with Max and Neve, and she tells them that Sydney's brother was like taunting her, pretty much like saying all these mean and rude things, like, oh, her ex is in the room with her, they're doing stuff like just to make her get all paranoid and crazy, as well as other people that used to date Sydney. They would come at her crazy, or other friends of Sydney would come at her crazy on Facebook and repost her picture, and then all of a sudden Sydney would have to come and defend her, you know, like some kind of superwoman or something. So it was just like a really weird situation. She said that she even missed a midterm in school because Sydney said that she was gonna take out some tumors, and she ended up going all over trying to look for her, and she never ended up finding her. You know, I feel like that's a real low. For you to make up the fact that you have tumors, you get them taken out, you know this girl has to do midterms, and you rather her go on a wild goose chase. That's unforgivable for me. Like something like that, you get done. You know, you're scratched off the list. That's it. Like I wouldn't even want to talk to you after that, because you just wasted my time. And for me, time equals money. And it equals so much more than that. Like time is even more priceless than money or anything that you can get, because you don't get that back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what pretty much happened with that. So she said she had to end up dropping out of school because of that, because the midterm is one of the most important things, and that can make or break your class. So yeah, but they did say, like, what do you feel about her right now? And she says that she still wants to meet her because she feels like she's a good person and she would still want to be with her. And I'm just like, girl, are you crazy? This person that did all of this and you still willing to give him a shot? Okay, Miss Forgiveness. So finally, following that, Max and Eve, they start doing their investigation, and they contact 2 people from Facebook. Well, they contacted a few from this Whitney's Facebook, and they said that they don't know Whitney. All of them said that pretty much the same thing. I don't know her. I don't know her. I don't know her. And then they get a call from Ayissha, and Ayissha tells them that this chick, Whitney, had messaged her and was like, oh, why do you have the people from Catfish, Max and Eve, contacting my friends? Now they're starting to think I'm fake. What are you doing? But Max and Eve, they starting to figure out, like, you know what? Those people are probably all her. She probably has all these fake profiles so she can keep tabs on her, because they're all connected to friends of Ayissha. Creepy, right? Oh my goodness. So when they call Sydney, well, Whitney, let's call her Whitney now because that's her real name. They discovered that. She says that her life is pretty busy. She got a lot going on. And then she says she's scared. But then she finally agrees to go ahead and meet up with them, which is, you know, what she's supposed to do, because you've been putting this girl through all this crap for all this time. So they head out to Texas, and this was Ayissha's first time flying. So, you know, it was kind of a little bit of a thrill for her. She seemed like she was a little shook up, a little scared. So when they finally meet her, they meet her in a park, and to me, she wasn't ugly. She had a little bit of skin conditions. Maybe it was eczema or dry skin, or it could be like just some prickle heat all over her neck. Like, did you guys notice that? It's an HD. It shows everything. That's why I be hating these cameras sometimes. Sometimes I be looking all funky. I'm like, dang, I don't even want to use my camera, but my other cameras are like, I don't feel like setting them up. But anyways, so they talked to her, they asked her a few questions, and at first she seemed a little nonchalant, like she didn't care that much, but she didn't seem heartless. You know, some of these people that just come on Catfish, the first time you meet them, it's like, you gotta drill into the fact that you did something wrong. This is not acceptable behavior. But for her, I feel like she kind of got it a little bit faster. And she kind of realized maybe she didn't apologize for what exactly she did wrong right away, but she was apologizing nonetheless. So what she says is that when she came out finally, she's 26 years old, when she finally came out, people were not accepting of her. They tried to beat it out of her. She didn't have a good experience. So she just kind of ran to the web where everything is safe. You could be whoever the hell you want to be, and nobody could find out. You know, you can be mean. You can retaliate on anybody, or whatever you want to do can be done on the World Wide Web. So that was her escape plan. So she apologized, but I feel like Ayissha didn't really accept her apology at first. She's like, you're not really apologizing. You're just apologizing, but you're not doing it specifically for what it was that you did wrong, which makes sense. So following that, the second day, they get a little more in depth with her whole situation and a little more insight from Whitney's point of view. And she says that she was mean to Ayissha because she was jealous of her. She was jealous of the fact that she was able to come out, and that's something that she wanted to do. And when she did it, she wasn't accepted, but it seemed like everybody loved and accepted Ayissha. So 2 months later, I mean, they didn't end up too friendly, but it seems like Ayissha forgave her, even though she doesn't trust her and she's pretty much done with her. 2 months later, Ayissha says that she doesn't talk to her anymore. She got somebody that she talks to. It's nothing serious right now, but although she forgave her, she doesn't contact her, doesn't speak to her because she can't trust her. And you know, you don't want to be friends with somebody that you really can't trust or that's hurt you that much. So Whitney, she said that she's going to the Navy. She shut down all of her fake profiles and she's moving on with her life. So that's pretty much that one. It seemed like it was going to be a little more exciting, but I feel like it wasn't really. Like, it was kind of, once you got over the part where is this girl stalking her, what is she doing? Oh my gosh. and we actually saw who she was, I feel like it kind of like simmered down a bit, you know? Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. Once again, subscribe if you haven't, and stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next